Welcome, dear traders. Today is the 25th of November 2025. Tomorrow we're gonna have a lot of news announcements, so this is a bit of a market overview. This is euro dollar on a day chart. We see it was moving within the range as expected, having long-term stops on both sides, the pink lines. Here are some shorty positions below the price, here are some longer positions above the price, so this is the range. Base case is some house cleaning, but overall the dollar can get stronger, okay, especially if there are stronger results for the dollar. It can go for the lower LTS and even for the low, okay, but it's a little early to tell. But yeah, I mean, it would like to attack the lower LTS as soon as some of the shorties are leaving. So that's basically the theme. Let's go to Australian dollar on the day chart, as I've shown earlier. So we have the LTS, the longest above the price. So the outlook is kind of bearish, even if it does pullbacks. If the longest keep on buying, eventually it can go down. Okay, so we also can see some potential dollar strengths there. Kiwi already came down as predicted against the dominant longies, but even here, yeah, if more longies come in, they can go for the low. Okay, so even that can become very bearish with respective news in the background. Okay, the same applies to cable. Let's go to cable. So it did this pullback today, but now it's coming already back down. So in a nutshell, we are for our reversal territory. Okay, so if some longies come in, they can come down back to the range and eventually even to the LTS. Yeah, so keep that in mind. Cable filled this OST by the pip. Very precise move here. Okay, so that's those pairs. Of course, the reverse of that is like dollar yen going up, and on the higher time frames that definitely can happen. On the, we still have LTS here in dollar yen, even though some short is left, so it can fill the OST like here on the hour chart, but then also revert back up, something along those lines depending on the news. Okay, so that's very important to take into consideration. Let's go to euro yen. It came up as I predicted publicly, took the LTS. Now we have some new LTS. So after this breather, it can attack the highs again, but this is not the best part of the stake, so to speak. So in order for placing a trades, we need a higher bias. That's definitely not enough. By the way, it's a little footnote. Bitcoin took the lower MTS, so it can snap back up from here. So looks rather bullish. Okay, so that's a good overview. The metals, very interesting, like we saw in gold, yeah, taking the upper MTS here as predicted. Now kind of neutral again, yeah. And silver the same, like taking the upper MTS here. But before the news now, the metals are again neutral, as you can see on the higher time frames. Yeah, like here silver on the 4-hour chart, it's like within the range. And even gold on the 4-hour chart is still in the range now, you see. So the bias is much lower than in the last weeks. So this is a new market phase. Very important to distinguish, okay? Every market phase is different, and you need to focus on the pairs which have a higher bias compared to the others, obviously. Yeah, that's key in this game. Okay, I think that's a nice overview for now. Some interesting possibilities, but play defensive because of the news tomorrow. But if things align, pay attention to what I've shown. All the best.